Hello, friends. How are you all? Welcome, all of you, to my channel where, from time to time, you get to see cross dressing stories from me. Today's story is the fifth part of our previous story, Boy Become Girl. I hope you will be liking this story. Pushpa was watching Pradeep's craze for crossdressing. Only the mind of a crossdresser can understand this desire. After listening to Pradeep's crossdressing, I am sure you too would be thinking of doing your own crossdressing. Pushpa brought an old, loose fitting salwar kameez for Pradeep from the cupboard and gave it to Pradeep and asked him to wear it. Pradeep felt uneasy after seeing the old and loose fitting salwar kameez. Pradeep made faces, asked Pushpa to give him another salwar kameez. Pradeep told Pushpa that I had thought that you would give me your new beautiful salwar kameez to wear. It looks useless and loose fitting too. While explaining to Pradeep, Pushpa said that today is your first day of doing household work wearing salwar kameez, and you should also learn one thing, that no girl does household work wearing her new salwar kameez. Due to this, the salwar kameez gets spoiled quickly. Pradeep went into the room with the salwar kameez. When Pradeep came out of the room wearing salwar kameez, he did not look like a boy at all. Pushpa was seeing Pradeep in salwar kameez in front of her for the first time today. The salwar kameez did not look very loose on Pradeep's body. Pradeep had covered his head with his scarf. When Pushpa asked Pradeep the reason for keeping the scarf on his head, Pradeep said that he did this to give her respect. Pradeep was very happy in his heart that now he will do all the household chores like a woman in salwar kameez. Pradeep was happy that now he too would adjust his dupatta on his head like a woman while doing household chores, and would also adjust his salwar kameez again and again. Pushpa was asking Pradeep to do every household task while speaking to him, and Pradeep was doing every household task with full enjoyment by obeying what Pushpa said. Pushpa was praising the work done by Pradeep. After doing all the household work the whole day, Pradeep was tired, and then Pradeep slept wearing salwar kameez. Sleeping in salwar kameez was also a new experience for Pradeep. Till date, Pradeep had never worn salwar kameez for such a long time. Only one day has passed since Pradeep had spent the whole day in salwar kameez. On the first day, Pradeep did not go out of the house in the joy of getting his cross-dressing wish fulfilled, but on the second day, Pradeep had to go out of the house for household work. Pradeep removed the salwar kameez from his body and wore masculine clothes on his body. Pradeep was back in his boy form again. In his manly form, Pradeep was not feeling good about anything outside the house. Pradeep was feeling suffocated in his masculine clothes. In Pradeep's eyes, that form of himself was coming again and again when a day earlier he was doing household chores wearing salwar kameez like a girl. Pradeep was not feeling good outside the house. He just wanted to finish his work outside as soon as possible and then go home and do his cross dressing by wearing salwar kameez. While coming home, when Pradeep was looking at girls of his age on the way, Pradeep's mind was becoming happy, thinking that after reaching home, he too will become a girl through his cross dressing and will wear his salwar kameez like girls will wear at the age when Pradeep's friends were getting attracted toward girls. Pradeep started wearing salwar kameez, considering himself a girl. Pradeep was not able to control his desire for cross dressing, and his steps were rapidly moving towards his destination. As soon as he reached home, Pradeep was taking out one of Pushpa's salwar kameez from the cupboard to wear when Pushpa said that today she has to wear not salwar kameez but something else which is on the bed in the other room. Pradeep was desperate to know what was there in the other room. Pradeep quickly went to the other room. Pushpa had picked out a beautiful sari of hers for Pradeep to wear today. Every crossdresser has the desire to see themselves in sari. Pradeep also wanted to wear sari. This wish of Pradeep was being fulfilled with the help of Pushpa. Pradeep's dream of wearing a sari was going to be fulfilled today. Pradeep knew that this sari belonged to Pushpa and that Pushpa had brought this sari to wear in her friend's wedding. Pradeep wanted to wear this sari ever since the day Pushpa had brought it. Wearing a sari alone was a very difficult task for Pradeep. Hence, till date, Pradeep had never been able to cross dress in this sari. Pradeep thanks Pushpa. By now, Pradeep had become perfect in wearing salwar kameez. This was a sari and Pradeep needed Pushpa to wear it. Pushpa asked Pradeep to eat food first and then after eating food, Pushpa started dressing Pradeep in sari. Pradeep wanted to learn how to tie a sari. Pradeep wanted to do his cross dressing in sari alone. Pradeep was learning very carefully how to tie the sari. While tying the sari, Pushpa was telling Pradeep that tying the sari by oneself is a very difficult task, but still every girl should know how to tie the sari. Pradeep told Pushpa that no matter how difficult it is to tie a sari, she will definitely learn it. Pushpa praised Pradeep for his belief in himself. Pushpa had made Pradeep wear jewelry along with sari. Pradeep's jewelry included anklets, necklace, and bangles on his wrist. On Pradeep's forehead there was a round, big red dot like that of married woman, and on Pradeep's lips there was red lipstick. When Pradeep looked at his face in the mirror, everything else seemed fine to Pradeep except his nose and ears. There were no holes in Pradeep's nose and ears, hence, there was no jewelry in Pradeep's ears and nose. Like other girls, Pradeep wanted to wear a nose pin in his nose and long earrings in his ears. When Pradeep talked to Pushpa on this subject, Pushpa stuck one of her earrings in Pradeep's nose in such a way that it looked like a nosepin. Pushpa did the same for Pradeep's ears also. Now, once again, Pradeep looked at his face in the mirror and this time he started smiling after seeing his makeup. Now she had a nose pin in her nose and earrings in her ears. Pradeep was looking like a newlywed bride in sari. Pushpa praised Pradeep's cross-dressed look. Pradeep wanted to do household work wearing sari, and for this he quickly moved towards the kitchen to do the kitchen work. After taking two steps towards the kitchen, Pradeep's foot got stuck in the sari. Pradeep controlled himself from falling. Pushpa also came running and said to Pradeep, Priya, today you have worn a sari for the first time, and today itself you are walking so fast wearing a sari. Pushpa said that Priya, handling the sari is a difficult task, so control your steps and walk with small steps. Pradeep had understood what Pushpa had said, and now, holding the pleats of his sari, he slowly walked towards the kitchen. Pradeep started working in the kitchen in sari itself. Today, Pradeep wore a sari for the first time, but Pradeep's desire for cross-dressing was very strong. While working, Pradeep was learning to handle his sari, and seeing him doing so, Pushpa was increasing his courage. Pradeep's desire to become a girl and do all the household chores as a girl was very strong. Pradeep had learned Pushpa's training of 7 days with all his dedication, and now, after 7 days, he had learned to tie the sari on his own and had also learned to do the household chores while maintaining the sari. Pradeep had also learned to wear salwar kameez and do his makeup. These 7 days were the happiest days of Pradeep's life, and his sister Pushpa was behind making these days happy for Pradeep. During these 7 days, Pradeep was living with Pushpa as her sister Priya, and only when Pradeep went out of the house did he wear his masculine clothes on his body. The next part will be the last part of the story. See the last part of the story 31st March 2024 at 2:30 p.m.